Coming up, find out if Harlan County's Jordan Smith could win another national singing competition.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News at 11.
Good evening, I'm Steve Hensley. Monday night was the end of the road for the American Song Contest competitors, and Eastern Kentucky was well represented in the grand finale. WYMT Zach Hawk went to a watch party Monday evening where a community is supporting one of its favorite sons.
Harlan County is known for its beautiful mountains, its rich ties to Kentucky coal, and more recently, incredible singers like Jordan Smith. His brother Tyler says growing up in Harlan played a big role in his brother's life.
It's helped to shape him into being someone who is someone that people really like, you know, and someone that presents himself really well to everyone that he meets. And I think that that's one of those hallmark things of growing up in the South.
Monday night, family, friends, and neighbors from across Eastern Kentucky gathered at the Harlan Center to cheer on Smith in the American Song Contest, a sight familiar to those who watched him win The Voice back in 2015.
The first time you would think it's once in a lifetime, but now it's twice in a lifetime, you know. It's just it's a really exciting experience both times. I mean, you know, the first time was life-changing and this time is more life-affirming.
After his performance, the room erupted, and confidence was high.
He always sings good enough to win it all. I think he'll win.
Oh my God, he's a winner. He's a winner already.
In the end, the competition was steep, and this time Jordan was edged out. But it will not keep his family down for long.
He loves his state. He loves where he lives. He loves where he's from. He's never forgotten it. And he has just been honored and privileged to be able to represent our state.
It was not a win for Kentucky this time, but it will always be a win when people from the mountains can represent the region on the national stage. In Harlan, Zach Hawk, WYMT Mountain News.
Jordan finished third in the contest tonight. That's not too shabby, behind only the singers from Colorado and Oklahoma. This was the first season of American Song Contest on NBC. In it, artists were chosen to represent all 50 states plus D.C. and the 5 American territories. The concept actually comes from the wildly popular Eurovision contest held each year between the European countries. Well, plans are underway for a huge homecoming next week for singer Noah Thompson in Lawrence County. Noah made the top 5 Sunday night on ABC's American Idol. America will decide if he makes the top 3 on Sunday. Next Tuesday, May 17th, yes, that's also Election Day, officials say there are plans for a parade in downtown Louisa at 7 p.m., followed by a concert at the Lawrence County High School football field. It will feature Noah and some special guests that have not yet been announced. They are expecting upwards of 10,000 people at the concert.
Well, it was a gorgeous night around the mountains. We had plenty of sunshine this evening. We got clear skies as we head into the nighttime hours tonight. Just absolutely gorgeous. Exactly what you'd want here in the middle as we approach at least the middle of May. Outside at the moment, our high-knob camera at the University of Virginia at Wise. We sit in the low 60s and all is quiet. Same thing along Interstate 64 at this hour. Nothing in terms of really any traffic, let alone any traffic troubles. Highs today were quite warm. Many of us into the middle and upper 70s. 78 Jackson. Look at Somerset and Monticello breaking in at 81 for a daytime high today. We've cooled nicely, especially across portions of the east. Now Pikeville, Jackson, still a little on the toasty side. Same thing with Somerset, but others already falling into the middle and upper 50s this evening. Satellite and radar around the mountains, around really all of Kentucky, we're in good shape. As we head off to the north, we're keeping an eye on some severe thunderstorms making their way through Wisconsin and Minnesota. They'll leave us alone, but we will continue to see beautiful conditions as we run through the nighttime hours tonight. Clear skies, calm winds, lows in those lower 50s. I've got the latest on how long our gorgeous weather sticks around coming up in just a few minutes. Steve?
All right, thank you, Evan. Well, The Big Con, an Apple TV Plus documentary series, is taking the story of Mr. Social Security worldwide. Former clients of Eric C. Kahn gathered in Prestonsburg this afternoon for a case update from attorney Ned Pillersdorf, watching some clips from the series together. Those in attendance say it is good to see their stories being shared, and they hope it will mean good news for them as they work to get their benefits reinstated after losing them during the scandal.
It's every day looking at my phone, hoping that something that Ned posts will actually be good news and something that we could look forward to.
Pillersdorf says he has heard from many people since the series released Friday, and they all seem sympathetic to the clients. He hopes the Social Security Administration will be as well. Deputies say Mother's Day turned violent for one Southern Kentucky family after an argument between a mother and her son over the gift he gave her. The Wayne County Sheriff says that gift was a video game controller. The sheriff says 22-year-old Jacob Small confessed to shooting his own mother, Amber Powell, after they argued over the Xbox game controller. The sheriff tells us this is one of the stranger cases he's worked.
Just unreal to me. Doesn't make a lot of sense, but that's apparently what it was over.
The sheriff says Powell was being treated at UK Hospital. We do not know her current condition, but we are told she is expected to survive. A lawn mowing accident killed a man in Whitley County. It happened just after 7 last night on Wells Lane between Corbin and Williamsburg. The coroner says Joel Dixon was operating a zero-turn mower when it hit wet and uneven terrain, causing the mower to flip. Dixon died at the scene. Human remains have been found in 19 unmarked graves at the planned site of a Ford battery plant in Hardin County. That's according to the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers. They say the unmarked cemetery must be moved in compliance with Kentucky law, but it is not expected to delay the plant's timeline. They say a previous burial relocation happened in 2003, but the Corps says it was not involved. This week is National Nursing Home Week. Folks at the Owsley County Comprehensive Care Center are spending the day celebrating and remembering. Debbie Clemens, a registered nurse and MDS coordinator for the Owsley County Comprehensive Care Center, says they were hit especially hard by the pandemic. Clemens says 14 residents died of COVID.
It's been very tough for us. It's been very hard on our staff and our residents. We had a loss during the COVID.
Clemens says she's thankful that COVID cases are declining, but that they are still following CDC guidelines at the center. She says she believes Owsley County Comprehensive Care Center has not had a COVID case since November. Annabelle Abner is a student at Hazard Community and Technical College, and she's a dual major in nursing and music at the School of Bluegrass and Traditional Music in Hyden, as well as working full-time at Hazard ARH. Her two passions have led her to being known as the singing nurse. Abner said it's not easy being a dual major, but her bluegrass studies actually helped her to de-stress from her nursing work.
And that's what music is. It's the feeling you have with it. And that's why I think I kept with the music, because nursing, it's a tough program, and I use it as a stress reliever, and it really helps a lot.
Abner used to work for the Owsley County Comprehensive Care Center. On Monday, she returned to sing for the senior residents for the first time since she left. Kentucky artists are invited to submit their work to possibly go on display at the state capitol. Governor Beshear says selected art will be displayed for 6 months in the two main halls of the Capitol and on the Team Kentucky Digital Art Gallery before being returned to the artists. The deadline to submit artwork for consideration for the fall 2022 exhibit is June 3rd, and pieces will be displayed from July 1st through the end of 2022. Tickets for the Breeders' Cup are now on sale. The horse racing event is returning to Keeneland in Lexington this fall. Fans were not allowed when the contest came to Lexington in 2020, so leaders decided to bring it back to the Bluegrass. This year, attendance will be capped at 45,000 fans per day. You can buy your tickets at breederscup.com. Yard sale season is here, and officials with the Kentucky River District Health Department are reminding everyone of the items you should be cautious of buying secondhand. Public Health Director Scott Lockard says you should always reconsider buying used shoes. The shoe's age is the key factor, as older shoes are likely molded to someone else's feet, and long-term wear of a shoe that is not made for you can cause damage to your own feet.
You know, if they're in like new condition, maybe one thing, but if they're well worn, that's something you really need to take caution with.
Lockhart adds that even though yard sales are a safer activity in terms of COVID, you should still clean and sanitize any items you take home with you from a yard sale. More than 260 charities, including many here in the mountains, are gearing up for a day of online fundraising this week. Tomorrow is the 10th annual Kentucky Gives Day. The 24-hour giving campaign gives the participating organizations the chance to raise as much money as they can, and we have the link up there on your screen. The event is hosted by the Kentucky Nonprofit Network, the State Association of Charities. The association's year-end survey of Kentucky's nonprofits found that many charities are still struggling to juggle an increased demand for services, workforce shortages, increased costs, and for some, fewer donations. Coming up on Mountain News at 11, thousands of racehorses have died in the last 5 years. Our national investigative team spent months digging into race records across the country and looks at a new law meant to help rein in the sport.
But first, our summer preview got its start today, but more warm air continues this week. The latest on how warm we get, straight ahead next.
The Castle, twice the jewelry.